everyone, and welcome to another PHP tutorial. Today's tutorial we will learn what a function is in PHP. A function, okay. So say we wanted to call this, we wanted to do all that we have here, like this echo and naming all these variables, several times in one script. It wouldn't be that hard, just copying and pasting. But what if we wanted to change, say we had it like 4 times in one program, or script, or page. What if we wanted to change it everywhere? Do we really want to have to change it 4 times? Imagine it being a massive thing, a huge script part, and you need to change several things, and it's going to be really annoying to have to change it 4, 5, 20,000 times in one script. Wouldn't it be easier to have it in just one spot? Plus, instead of having to call every single part of it every time, you could just call one line and everything would happen. Just use one line of code to do everything. Just every time. Well, it's possible. It's a dreamland in reality. So I'll explain. Alright, well, easiest way to explain this would be to tell you, I'll just do it. So, we'll take all this. Function, I'll explain this all in a second. Just hold on, guys. It's easier if I type this out and then explain it. Okay, so function. When we type function in, PHP knows, okay, they're about to create their own custom function. A function is the thing you can call, and it does everything inside the function. And I'm going to be showing you some new syntax here that I haven't shown you before. Function space hello world. Now, you can name it anything you want. You can change everything I'm highlighting here. You can change it to whatever you want. I don't care. It can be anything you want at all. It doesn't matter as long as you make sure you call it correctly. But at the end of it, you have to put 2 parentheses like this. I'm not going to show you what you can do inside these parentheses yet, but I will tell you this is where you can put parameters. That'll be later in this tutorial. Then you don't have to have this space here after the parentheses. You can just have it like that. I like the space. But you have to put this opening curly brace. I really don't know if there's a better name for it. Curly brace, curly bracket. And then what this does is it opens the function. It says, okay, everything inside this bracket is going to be part of this function, hello world. And then down here, we have a closing bracket, which says, okay, find the last bracket. Wherever that is, I'm closing that. We're done. We're done with whatever this programmer guy wanted us to do. Finally. Okay? But everything inside there is part of this function. It's not going to happen unless you call the function. Okay? So we declare a variable named a, hello. We do everything we used to do. If I take this out real quick. Saved it. Everything's still here. We just added these 2 lines. I go here, refresh. It's no longer printing on the screen. Why? Because I just said it won't run unless called. So how do you call a function? Well, I had it a second ago. Hello world. When you call a function, you still need the semicolon. It's still a statement. So hello world, parenthesis, parenthesis. Now, why do you need the parentheses now? You're not declaring the function. You're not making the function. You're using the function. Well, the reason why is because, as I showed you with this UC first, which is also a function, a built-in function in PHP, you have to have the parentheses so you can put your parameters in there. Well, we don't really have parameters, but we still need them so that it knows, oh, this is a function. Otherwise, you're going to break the syntax and the rules. Then, we put a semicolon. And what this does is it says, okay, PHP, you remember that function I made earlier? Okay, I want you to find it and I want you to do everything inside it. And PHP, it won't care. It's like, okay, cool, thanks. So now we go. We run. Okay, so now I'm going to explain. If we didn't... Okay, sorry, I paused because I just heard people yelling outside my house. Uh, Now, what if we didn't have this function set up? I'll delete this, and I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. How it makes life easier. Tab. Okay, so we can do all this. And it's going to print it out 3 times now. But what if we wanted to change it? What if we wanted to change this hello world to have 2? 2 exclamation marks. Well, we have to put that exclamation mark there 3 times just to do it 3 times. When instead of having to go through all our code and if we had a big script, find every time we did that, wouldn't it be easier to just have this declared 3 times and then up here change it change it once? I'd think so. I know I like doing that better. It's a lot easier than having to make it every time. But what if you didn't want to print hello world every time? What if you just echo what I want? We'll rename our function to be that. Take these out. Take all of this out. What if we wanted to echo... Actually, just delete this for now. We're making a new function. What if we just wanted to echo anything we wanted, like 3 times? Instead of having to print echo blah 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 blah, echo blah 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 blah, echo blah 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 blah, each time. What if we just wanted to do it in one line and stuff? It's possible through parameters. So it's just like declaring a variable, but inside the parentheses. We'll call this parameter str, which is short for string, which is what groups of characters are. And then we simply echo string, echo string, echo string. How do we echo it? Okay, so now we have this. We refresh, it's not going to do anything because we didn't call it. Okay, so if we do call it, echo what I want. Oh, remember, capitalization has to be correct. It is case sensitive. We get a whole bunch of errors. Why did we get a bunch of errors? We got a bunch of errors because this function needs a parameter and we didn't put in a parameter. So now if we type in hello world like that, it's going to print it 3 times like we wanted it to, just as we told it to. So it worked, right? Yeah, it did. It worked great. Only one problem. And you guys, well, actually there is no problem. But I wanted to show you guys a couple more things. Last few things about functions, now that you got the basic idea. Oh, and what if we wanted 2 parameters? Well, you separate them by a comma and you can have as many as you want. Just blah blah blah, same as ever, but you have to make sure it's down here when you're declaring it too. Okay, so what are I lied earlier in the video. There are restrictions as to what you can name it. You cannot name a function 1, 2, 3. Why? Why can't you name a function 1, 2, 3? Because it starts with numbers. Now could you name it 1, 2, 3 like that? 1, 2, 3. Wait, what's wrong? Oh. Yeah, you could name it 1, 2, 3 like that. Why can't you start it with numbers? Well, that's just PHP. It doesn't want you starting a function name with numbers. It doesn't work. What else can't you do? Well, you can't have some kind of special character like that in the name. You can't have any alt codes. And you can have this. You can't have hyphens, but you can have underscores. And you cannot have spaces. Okay? That just does not work at all. So, I hope you guys learned something. I hope I explained it well. Comment below what your questions might be, how well I did, if there's something I could change to make it better. Thank you guys, and I will talk to you later. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like or dislike button corresponding to how you felt about this video, and I'll catch you guys later.